Hey guys, I want to record today's video training, video workshop on nutrition. So what we're going to talk about today is three of the biggest mistakes that I see people making around the nutrition, and a simple framework, a simple set of best practices which will hold you in good stead to kind of go from where you are, which maybe you're feeling low on energy, you're maybe having bad sleep, you maybe feel that you're overweight, you're bloated, you feel like your gut's always kind of inflamed as well, potentially you feel like your clothes aren't fitting and aren't getting the results that you want. So let's keep it really simple. So three mistakes that people are making all the time around nutrition. Now the first thing is they probably make it too complicated. So with so much information on LinkedIn and YouTube and Google and everything else in between, often what happens is it can make you move into a mindset where it's all about what's the most complicated version of my nutritional journey. Now, when you kind of watch influencers and people that are very heavy on science as well is another kind of one that I see a lot. The problem you've got is you're starting to come into nutrition at a higher level than you need to. So for example, if you've got two scientists on the YouTube channel and they're having a conversation, a little argument about the latest research and the effects of Oreos on blood sugar, and one's got an argument about, cholesterol and all this stuff, it's a little unnecessary for most people that, just want to get basic results. The first one is it's overcomplicated. The second part is that there's so many different versions of diets and nutritional guidance that you can get, whether it's going to be keto, veganism, paleo, Cambridge diet, whatever it's going to be. Now, again, the issue is that you're trying to fit yourself into a model that maybe isn't for you. And because they've got such an extreme difference in their views around things, what it also does is it polarizes the opinion, which then means that you feel that you've got to choose one. You can't have a blend of stuff, or, I've got to be a vegan, or I've got to be a carnivore, or I've got to be a keto, I've got to be a paleo, I've got to be, a pescatarian. So that's the second biggest problem. And the third problem is that people don't give nutrition enough time, good nutrition enough time to affect their body in a positive way. That's the third mistake I see people making all of the time. When it comes to making a lifestyle change, I don't like the word diet because it kind of suggests there's a beginning and an end point. Really and truly, when you choose a way of eating, it's a lifestyle. It's the way you eat forever. Now, if you give that 2 weeks and nothing changes, probably not long enough. Okay, you're potentially doing something slightly not right. Okay, but if you're looking for better health, looking for better skin, if you're looking for better sleep, if you're looking just to feel a bit healthier, you need to give your body time to adjust the nutrition. And really and truly, unless you try something for a month, you're not going to get a fair representation of what's happening inside your body and the benefits you're getting. So a simple framework for you to follow. If you're starting right now, you've got weight to lose, you've got a couple of stone to lose, your sleep's terrible, you feel bloated, you're not in a great way, really simple framework for you. It's something that will be a good place for you to start, okay, for the next month. So first off the bat is you're probably overeating on carbohydrates. You're probably having porridge for breakfast, sandwich for lunch, pasta for dinner, okay? What that's doing straight off the bat is that you're going to probably be quite inflamed in your gut, especially if you're eating a lot of pasta, a lot of breads, generally lower quality stuff, probably is causing some bloating in your stomach. So you've got this bloating sensation in your gut. If you're drinking beer and wine as well, maybe that's compounding the problem, okay? Most people say that people in the Western world overeat on meat. In the UK, my experience has been that most people overeat on carbohydrates because every meal that we have is based around carbs. So your breakfast, cereal, porridge, toast, croissants, jam, it's all sugar-based stuff, right? So the first thing to understand is you probably overeat on carbohydrates. Good place to start. So what happens when you reduce your carbohydrates, you start to expel water from your system, which then makes you feel less bloated, which then makes you feel a bit more confident in the fact that you can keep this going. So it's a quick way just to get a quick win, which can build up momentum going forward, okay? The second thing to do is look at the quality of the food you're eating. If you're eating processed food, if you're eating, foods that you can put on the shelf and survive for 10 years, potentially your diet's pretty poor in quality. So, if you're eating stuff like ready-made pizzas and, fast food, this kind of stuff, your body's just not going to be dealing great with that. And also you are what you eat, right? So your cells are built from the food that you ingest. So if you're eating that types of food, you're building that type of body, full stop, okay? The third thing to look at is what a plate of food looks like. So my recommendation, the way we do things here, is to look at nutrient dense foods. Always start your plate with your protein, which is your chicken, your fish, your beef, whatever you're going to be having. Always go for the best quality possible. I know there's people watching this that, can't go to the butchers or can't go to a good quality shop. Get the best you can. That's generally the best kind of advice you can give. Start your protein, 1 portion of protein. Depends on each person, but we talk about the fundamentals here, okay? I don't want to get embroiled in a world where we have to weigh and measure and weigh every single thing, because it's boring, it's monotonous, and it's over the top for most people that are starting, okay? So start with your portion of protein. Could be eggs, could be fish, could be chicken. Generally speaking, palm size amount up to a hand size amount for people that are a little bigger, men generally, okay? Then we want to go into what kind of fat are we adding to the plate. So if you're having a fatty meat, a fatty fish, it's already inside of the meat. You don't need to add any to it. If you're having things that are leaner like chicken or turkey or cod, you might want to add a little bit of butter into the cooking, a little bit of olive oil, maybe some olives, maybe a little bit of cheese, just to increase the fat level a little bit. Because what it's going to do, fat is, your brain's made of fat. Your hormones are mainly produced with the intervention of fat soluble vitamins. People generally kind of go into some kind of crash diet, go high protein, and they go very low fat. But you want to have a little bit of both. So protein first, add your fat. Just be conscious around the fact that fat is very high in energy, very high in calories. So if you start adding tons and tons of butter, then you're going to have a very fatty, very, energy rich food source. You want to add a little bit, okay? What's a little bit? A couple of knobs of butter, a couple of plugs of olive oil, okay? Let's just keep it really simple, guys. I know we can start going weighing and measuring. We're trying to keep this as simple as possible because we're starting on the journey, okay? The next thing you want to do is add your green vegetables to the plate. Cruciferous vegetables, so your broccolis, things like your spinaches are all great. You can add a little bit of extra colour in there if you want, peppers, etc., just to get you started. But the last thing that goes on the plate is the carbohydrate, okay? There's an argument to have very little carbohydrate, nearly zero, but I'm not going to, be pushing you guys to do that at the moment because it's a bit aggressive, okay? Just to start with, start to reduce the amount of carbohydrate on your plate, rather than what most people do is they'll start with the carbs, fill the plate up, and the extra protein and fat goes on after. Do the carbs at the end. So whatever space you've got, if it's a little palm size, a couple of potatoes, a bit of spinach, a bit of potato, a bit of pasta, whatever it's going to be, just keep it to a small palm size amount, okay? If you can make every plate of food look like that and increase your hydration and start to actually work out, your body will start to change because it's a different makeup of the food. You're not just eating a heavy plate of carbohydrates and poor quality ingredients, stuff like that, okay? So those are the basic fundamentals. 3 things to look out for, that are definitely trip hazards that I see lots and lots of people make mistakes around, but I hope you found that helpful. Any questions, give us a shout. You're more than welcome to reach out to myself. We're on LinkedIn, so Cameron Harris, Truth Fitness. You can Google us, you can send us a message on there. You can send us a message on Facebook. We're pretty much everywhere. So any questions you've got inside your group, stuff like that, hit us up. We're very open, very honest, and open to having conversations and answer the questions you've got. Cheers, guys.